Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today we're going to do a full length, full body workout. So we're going to do a range of exercises that work throughout the body, and we're going to look at some strength and control of our muscle movements as well. So remember, always work to a level that you feel comfortable with, because most importantly, we want you to enjoy the class. Okay, so we're going to get started in standing and warm up, and then we're going to come down into 4-point kneeling to continue the class from there. All right, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so our feet are that hip width distance. Just to start with, transfer that weight coming onto the front of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back. Find that midpoint between those two movements, so that weight's going nice and evenly down through your feet. Knees are nice and soft, so not locked back. Hands up onto your pelvis, very gently. We're going to tilt that pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just a nice movement forwards and back. Just finding that midpoint between those two movements again, so that pelvis in that nice neutral position. Those ribs are soft, collarbones nice and wide, and that neck long and lifted from there. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to raise our hands up. So we're going to bring our palms facing towards us. Going to open out through our chest with a book opener. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to open those hands, those palms out, and then fold them back. Good. Opening out, breathing as you fold back. Good. Breathe out as you're opening out, breathing as you fold back. Good. So we're just opening those palms out, bring them in to face you. Opening out, bring them back in to face you. Good. So just opening out through that chest. Well done. Opening out, folding back. Good. Now on this next one, we're going to add a movement. So we're going to open out, staying here. I want you to rotate those hands down, coming back up, and then coming back in. Good, so we're opening out, drop those hands down, lifting up and folding back in. Good, and again, opening out, rotating down, up and fold back in. Good, and again, opening out, rotating down, lifting up, fold back in. Good, last few, opening down, drop down, lift up, fold back. Good, dropping down, lift up and back. One last time, opening out, drop down and up and fold those arms back in. Relax those hands down. Well done. Relax those shoulders. Good. So we're going to open out through our upper back a little bit more. So we're going to reach my hands forward at that sort of shoulder height. And with one hand, I'm going to reach round and back. So opening out through that chest. And then I'm going to circle my arm back up and over to the start. Good. So opening out, looking round and back, and then lifting that arm up and over, back to that start. Good. And again, opening out. Reach the arm up and over and back. Good. So breathe out as you open out. Breathing in as you're rolling back. Good. And again, opening out, rolling back. Now try and keep those hips kind of relatively forward. So we're really opening and stretching through that upper back. Opening out, reaching up and over. Just follow that arm with your head, looking round and back, lifting up and over. Good. Opening around, reaching up and around. And again, opening up, reaching up and around. Good. Opening out, reach up and around. Lovely. Good. Let's do one last one each side. Opening out, reaching up and over. Good. Last time. And reaching up and over. Fantastic. Relax those arms back down. Well done. Good. Okay, so we're going to keep those feet that hip width distance apart. Keep those knees nice and soft. And we're going to go into our balance series from here. So we're going to float our hands up to that shoulder height. Come up onto those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, float those hands up onto those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, float those hands up onto those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. So we're going to keep those knees that hip width distance apart, going over those toes. So make sure they're not knocking in or widening. We're keeping that control as you're lowering down slowly. Good. Lifting up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Now this time, if you can, we're going to reach our hands up to the ceiling, up onto those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, reaching up onto those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Last few. Reaching up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Well done. Reach up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Last time. Reach those hands up on those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to challenge our balance a little bit more. So we're going to just bring one leg and we do like a scissors type movement. So that knee, the leg you're standing on, the knee's soft, pelvis nice and level, and I want you to just flex at the hip, and then lower down. So we're lifting up and lowering. Good, so we're just controlling that lift, coming up through that hip, lifting and lowering. Good, keep that pelvis nice and level. Well done. Lift up and lower, well done. Good, lifting and lowering. Well done. Good. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to lift this leg. I want you to stay on this one leg if you can do that. If that feels enough, just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to add a few leg extensions. So we're going to extend the leg, fold back, extend the leg, fold back. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold back in, lower that leg down. Well done. Okay, so opposite side, bring that leg just slightly forward, pelvis nice and level, and we're going to lift up and tap that foot down. So we're flexing at that hip, lifting and lowering. This leg you're standing on is working hard to support you. Keep that knee nice and soft as you lift up, lower down. Well done. Lift up, lower down. Good. And again, lift up, tap down. And again, lift up, tap down. Good. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Nice and controlled. Keeping that pelvis nice and level. Lifting and lowering. Well done. Now, as before, on this next one, if you can, we're going to lift this leg, hold this position. If that feels enough, just stay here if you're able to. But otherwise, we're going to extend the knee and back. And again, extending the knee and back. Let's do 5 more. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And then lower that leg down. Very good. Okay, so we'll keep those feet that hip width distance apart still. We're going to go into a few squats from here. So we're going to sit that bottom back behind us. So coming down into that squat, I want you to come up onto your toes and then push up on those toes back into standing. Good. So we sink that bottom down, lift up onto those toes, push up through those toes, and then lower down. Well done. And again, dropping down, up on those toes, pushing up through those toes, lower those heels down. If you can, we can bring those hands forward, up on those toes, pushing up, lowering down. Well done. And again, dropping down, up on those toes, lifting up and lowering. Well done. Drop down, up on those toes, up and down. Well done. So bottom going back behind you, keeping those knees nice distance apart, keeping them that hip width distance as you drop down, up on your toes, pushing up and down. And again, drop down, up on those toes, lifting up and down. Well done. Sinking down. Good. And down. Lovely. Last few. Drop down, up on those toes, pushing up and down. Last time. Drop down, up on those toes, lifting up and down. Well done. Okay, so let's bring those feet a little bit wider than those hips. We're going to go into our side plie here. So feet turned out just into a comfortable position, and we're going to drop down into this side plie here. So those knees are going over those 3rd and 4th toes, and then we're going to lift up. Good, and again, dropping down and lifting up. Well done, and again, dropping down just as low as you're comfortable and lifting up. And again, sinking down and lifting up. Well done. And again, sinking down and lifting up. And on this next one, we're going to sink down. If you can, we're going to hold this here. Bring those elbows into your side, shoulders down. We're going to open out and fold back. And again, opening out and fold back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and back. And again, we're going to open out. This time, reach away. Fold back in. Good. And again, opening out, reaching away. Fold back in. Last couple, opening out, reach away, fold back in. Last time, open out, reach away, fold those arms in, good, and then lifting back up into standing. Well done. Okay, so we're going to bring those feet back to that hip width distance, and we're going to do a few roll downs just to get our backs moving here. So take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, just slowly curling those hands gently down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there, then as you breathe out, slowly restacking, lifting that spine back up into standing. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, slowly curling down through that spine, rolling down towards the floor just as far as you're comfortable. Once you get to your end point, take a breath in, Then as you breathe out, slowly restacking back up into standing. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath in at your end point, soften those knees, and as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing. Good, so we're going to do one more, but this time we're going to roll down into 4-point kneeling. So come to the end of your mat so we can roll down onto our mats here. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Good, just come again to your end point. Once you're there, take a breath in. As you breathe out, soften those knees, just sinking down, and again, breath in and out. And then just bending those knees, walk those hands forward. And we're going to come down into 4-point kneeling and continue our class from here. Okay, so we're going to continue here in this 4-point kneeling position. So we have our hands just in front of those shoulders there. Those elbows are nice and soft. Knees are underneath those hips. Okay, so we're going to start with our swimming movement. So we want to keep our back nice and flat throughout this movement, so that tailbone's just tucked under gently there. And I'm going to start by just lengthening my leg along the floor and then reaching away level with the floor there and folding back. So breathe out if you can as you lengthen away, breathe in as you fold that leg back. And again, breathing out as you lengthen away, breathe in as you fold back. So we're just going parallel with the floor here, nice and control. Good, now if you can, if you've done this before, we can add in that opposite arm reach and then fold back. So opposite arm, opposite leg, and then folding back. So don't lose that control, don't lift that leg any higher as you add that arm in. We're still keeping that back nice and flat. And often we describe keeping that tray of drinks level on your back if you can. So we're lengthening away and folding back. Good. Neck staying long, lengthening away, fold back. So breathe out as you lengthen away, breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out as you lengthen away, breathe in to fold back. Good. Reaching away, folding back. Good. And again, reaching away, fold back. So nice and control, back staying nice and level. Very good. Breathing out, breathing in to fold back. Lovely. And folding back. A few more here. Reaching away, folding back. Good. Reaching away and fold back. Lovely. And one more each side. And back. Good, and we're coming back to that start, and then with just your right leg, I want you to lengthen that leg away again, just parallel with the floor. Then we're going to bend at the knee, heel up towards the ceiling, and we're going to push that heel up towards the ceiling, extending at the hip, and we're pulsing here in our donkey kick. So pushing that heel up towards the ceiling. Good, let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower that leg back down. Very good. Opposite leg, same again. We're going to lengthen that leg away, just parallel with the floor. Bend the knee, heel up towards the ceiling, and we're pushing up and lowering. So we're pulsing that heel up, pushing that heel up towards the ceiling, pulsing that leg. Good. Extending through that hip. Small movement. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lowering that leg back down. Well done. Okay, so coming back into our start position, so you can either keep your legs in this box position if that feels like the right level for you, or if you can, we're going to extend one leg away and we're going to do some tricep fold kicks here. So I want you to keep your elbows into your side, so your elbows are staying towards your side and lowering towards the mat. Now as you lower down, I want you to extend that leg up and then come back to the start. So you're going down towards the mat and then lifting up. Don't have to go all the way, but your elbows staying into your side, okay? That helps us work the backs of our legs, different to when they move out to the side. Good. Okay, let's do 5 more. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up, fold that leg back in. Well done. Same on the other side. So we're going to lengthen the leg away, just along the floor. If that feels too much, then just stay in this box position and we can do it here. But if you can, we'll lengthen the other leg away and we're going to drop down and back. So as we lower those elbows down, raise that extended leg. Good. And again, dropping down, lifting up, keeping those elbows tucked in. Let's do 5 more. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Well done. 1, and then just sliding that leg back in. Then we're going to drop down, have a little stretch out into our child pose. So we can just bring those knees a little bit wider if you need to. Dropping down, sinking down into that stretch. Reach those fingertips away. Nice breath in and out here. Just relaxing down, and again, breath in and out. Relaxing and sinking that bottom down onto your heels. Lovely. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come straight down onto our fronts from here. If you've got a thinner pillow, you can just place that under your forehead just to support that there. Or if you've got a little towel, you can do that, or just have your head down directly onto the mat. And I'm going to bring my hands either side here into that sort of L-shaped position. So at that kind of roughly just below shoulder height there, elbows bent at that right angle. So my feet are still that hip width distance apart, tailbones gently tucked under. And we're going to go into our Swan Dive movement. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, I want you just to lift your head, your breastbone just gently off the mat. Breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lowering back down. So we're just working our upper body here, but we're keeping that neck long. We're keeping that chin tucked in. Good, and then lowering back down. So imagine you're kind of holding a little piece of fruit or something tucked under your chin, and you want to keep that there. So don't let that chin drop forwards. That's what often can happen. So try and keep that chin tucked in, keep that little piece of fruit just tucked under your chin as you lift up. You don't want to lose it as you lower back down. Keep that fruit there, coming back down. Well done. So we're lifting up, nice and controlled, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Good, and again, breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Now we can make this a little bit harder and lift our hands, just hovering above the floor on the mat if you can. So we take a breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, just hover my hands at the same time, breath in to hold, and as I breathe out, lowering down together. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, then as you breathe out, lowering back down together. Good, and again, as you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering down together. Well done. And again, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Good, so we're just working that upper back. Last few here, lifting up, and then lowering back down. Good, and again, lifting up, breath in to hold, and breathing out as you lower down. Well done. Last time, lifting up, breath in to hold, and then lowering back down on the out breath. Well done. So keep those hands in that L-shaped position. I just want you to bring those feet slightly wider than those hips here. Still down onto the mat there. And we're just going to go into our Cobra extension stretch while we're here. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you just to tuck that chin in, lifting, peeling that breastbone, those ribs, that tummy, just as far as comfortable. Keeping that neck nice and long. Breath in here. As you breathe out, slowly peeling that tummy, those ribs and that breastbone gently back down onto the mat. Very good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up. Keeping the shoulder blades down, peeling up into that cobra position. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, just slowly peeling gently back down onto the mat. Lovely. Last couple, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up. Coming up into that extension, breath in. Then as you breathe out, slowly coming back down onto the mat. Lovely. Last time, breath in. And as you breathe out, keeping those shoulder blades down, gently peeling those ribs, that tummy off of the mat if you can. Just to get to your end point, stay there, breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly coming back down onto the mat from here. Very good. Okay, so we're going to come round onto our sides here, onto our elbow, to a side bend. So you come onto your elbow. Now your elbow needs to be directly underneath that shoulder here, and that forearm onto the mat. My knees are bent up, hips just very slight bend in them, not too much here. And we're going to start by just trying to, in this position, you'll feel that engaging through those obliques and those glutes as well. So if that feels enough, you could just stay here, but if you can, breath in. As you breathe out, we need to lift up that bottom, so we come into this diagonal, breath in, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. If you can, if that felt comfortable, breath in, as you breathe out, lifting up. At the same time with this top arm, we're going to reach up and over into that sort of C curve, and then slowly lower back down. Good, so pick what feels comfortable for you, breath in, as you breathe out, lifting up, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, reaching up and over, breath in to hold, and as you breathe out, lowering back down. Well done. And again, reaching up. Good. And lowering down. Excellent. Breath in. As you breathe out, reaching up and slowly lowering back down. Good. Last few here. Reaching over. Good. And then lowering down. Let's do one more time. Reaching over. Good. And then lowering back down. Lovely. Now on this next one, if you can, we're going to stay in this position and we're going to lift up through that side. If you can, staying here, I want you to feet together. We're going to lift up into a clam. So we're going to lift that top knee, lifting and lowering. Good. Let's do 5 more. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And then lowering back down. Excellent. Okay, so let's come all the way down onto our sides here. So we're just going to use that thicker block if you've got it, just support your head. Come down onto your side and let's do our side kick movement. So keeping those hips stacked, we're going to lengthen through the top leg if you can, and we're going to glide the leg forwards and then glide it back. So point the toes to glide that leg forward, flex the foot to glide back. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. So keep that leg at that hip height level as you glide the leg forwards and gliding it back. So nice control as you glide forwards, gliding back. Good. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. So we're keeping that control through that pelvis as you glide the foot forwards and gliding it back. Well done. Very good. So nice control, nice smooth movement as we glide forwards and glide back. If you want to challenge it a little bit more for the last few, you can straighten that lower leg as well. So you're going to make that support a little bit less. So just challenging through that centre a little bit more. If that feels too wobbly, just bend that knee back again. So we're gliding forwards, gliding back. Nice and control. Well done. Smooth movement, keeping that leg at that hip height level to really challenge those glutes here. Well done. Lifting and lowering. Lovely. Gliding forwards, gliding back, keeping that leg lifted. Well done. Good. Let's do one more. Glide forwards, glide back, and then lower that leg down. Bend those knees up, give that muscle a little rest there. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come up and over onto the other side now to do the same again. So we'll bring that block with us. We're going to come onto that elbow to start with into our side bend. So elbow directly under that shoulder, okay? We're going to have our knees bent up, hips just very slightly flexed here. We're keeping those collarbones nice and wide. So again, as I said before, just being in this position works us quite hard. So that might be just enough to start with. If you can, we can take a breath in as we breathe out, lift up through those hips into that nice diagonal and then lower back down. If you can, with that top arm, we can lift up, lengthen up and over into that sort of little curve and then come back down. So breath in. As you breathe out, reaching over if you can, breath in to hold. As you breathe out, lower back down. So pick what feels comfortable for you, lifting up and over, breath in to hold. As we breathe out, lowering back down, and again. Good, breath in to hold. As you breathe out, lowering back down. Good. So just go to that level that's comfortable for you, keeping that control as we're moving through. Good. Reaching up and over into that little C curve. Good. And then folding down. Last few here. Reaching over and folding down. Good. Reaching up and over and then folding down. Good. And down. Let's do one last one. Reaching up and over and then lowering down. Now, if you can, we're going to stay in this position. Come up into that side bend and we're going to add some clams if you can. So feet together, lifting and lowering, opening out that top knee. Good, let's do 5 more. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Lowering back down. Very good. Okay, so let's come all the way down onto our side as we did before into our side kick movement. So just supporting your head with that block here. So we're going to bend those knees up, hips stacked on top of each other. We're going to lift this top leg, straighten it out if you can, and then we're going to glide that leg forwards, gliding it back. So keeping that leg at that hip height level, really challenging those glutes. Good, and we're going to glide the leg forwards and gliding it back. So point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Good, so keeping that control through that centre as you glide forwards and glide back. Well done. Good. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. So all the while keeping that leg at that hip height, just to really challenge that movement. Well done. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Well done. Glide the leg forwards, gliding it back. Nice control. Well done. Glide forwards, glide back. Keeping that leg at that hip height as you glide forwards, gliding back. Well done. Smooth movement. Now, if you want to, for the last few, to challenge it a little bit more, then we can straighten that lower leg as well. With that lower leg straight though, that base of support's a little bit less. So if you feel a little bit too wobbly, just bend that knee again. It's just another option. We're just gliding forwards, gliding back, keeping that control, that leg at that hip height level. Well done. Last few here. Good. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Well done. And again, glide the leg forwards, gliding it back. Lovely. Let's do one more. Glide forwards, glide back, and then lowering that leg back down. Very good. Bend those knees up. Give that muscle a little rub. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to come round onto our backs from here so we can pop our blocks down for now. So coming down onto your back. So I just want you to have your feet, knees that sort of hip width distance apart here. Just to begin with, just tilt that pelvis forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. So that pelvis in that nice neutral position. That core is gently engaged, those ribs are soft, collarbones nice and wide and lengthened there. Okay, so we're going to start with a bridge. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that pelvis under, lifting up into a bridge. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, walking that spine gently back down onto the mat. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. As you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. And again, tucking the pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly walk the spine gently back down onto the mat. Good. And again, tucking the pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly coming back down. So we're going to add in some arm movement to give a bit of upper body mobility here. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift up into that bridge. If you can, I want you to raise your hands up, reach them back behind you towards the floor if you can, and then slowly walk that spine gently back down, and then bring those arms back to follow. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge, float those hands up, reaching back above your head. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly walking the spine down, and then bring the arms down to join. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Float those arms up and back as far as you're comfortable. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, walking that spine back down and float the hands back down to join. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Float the hands up, coming back towards the floor, breath in here. And as you breathe out, walking that spine gently back down onto the mat and float the hands back down to join. Good, last couple, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge, reach those arms up and back, breath in here. Then as you breathe out, gently walking that spine back down onto the mat, float the hands down to join again. Last time, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, floating those hands up and back, just as far as you're comfortable, breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly walking the spine back down and float the hands down to join. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to come back to that start position, feet and knees that hip width distance apart. That core's gently engaged here, and we're going to go into our one leg stretch. So we're going to start by bringing one leg up into that tabletop position. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to lengthen one leg away and then folding back. Good. Opposite leg. We're going to lift up, breath in. As you breathe out, reach the leg away, folding back, lower back down. So this is our starting level. So reaching that leg away. As you reach that leg away, we're not letting that pelvis tilt or that back arch. We're keeping that control as you lengthen the leg away and then folding back. So breathe out as you lengthen away, breathe in as you fold back. If you're comfortable here, then we can float one leg into tabletop, maintain that connection to that core, bring the other leg to join, breath in here. As you breathe out, reaching the leg away the same, breathe in to fold back. And we're going to alternate legs. So we're continuing to alternate either a single leg or in double tabletop, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Reaching the leg away, folding back, reaching away, folding back. So you're going in that sort of 45-degree angle, or reaching towards that opposite wall and folding back. Good. Breathing out, breathe in to fold back. Good. Breathe out, breathe in to fold back. Good. And again, breathing out, breathe in to fold back. Good. Well done. Breathing out, breathe in to fold back. Breathe out, breathe in to fold back. Well done. Reaching away, folding back. Good. Now for the last few, if you wanted an extra challenge, we can go a little bit quicker. Lift up into abdo prep and reach away and back. So we're breathing in and out. So breathe in for 2 and out for 2. If you can, if that feels too much, just keep that head lowered. But breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. Last few here. Breathing in and out. Well done. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Well done. Breathing in and out. One more breath in and out. And then coming back to that start, lower that head down, and then one at a time, lower those legs back down. Well done. Let's bring those knees in, have a little hug and stretch that out. Well done. So just take a nice deep breath in and out here. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch. Just a little bit further if you can. So breath in and out. Just relaxing down. Well done. And again, breath in and out from there. Very good. So we're just going to lower those legs down one at a time, coming back to that start again. Okay, so we're going to go into our scissors movement here. So again, keeping that pelvis in that nice neutral position, we're going to float one leg up into this tabletop position. Keeping this ankle at the knee the same, we're going to tap that foot down, back up and lower. Opposite leg, lifting up, tap down, up and lower. So make sure that movement is lowering down from those hips. We're not bending the knee, we're lowering that leg through that hip as you lower and lift. Good. So again, if that's comfortable here, that can be our starting level. If you're comfortable, you can float one leg into tabletop, bring the other leg to join, and then we can do the same movement again, alternating sides, tapping that foot down. So tapping down, lifting up, tap down, lift up. So breathe out as you lower down, breathe in to come back up. Well done. Alternating sides here. Very good. So keeping that control through that center. Well done. Tapping down. Now you want to make sure that tummy's staying nice and flat. If you're feeling your back arching or your tummy really doming, just come back to that single leg and then you could always reset again. Good, so tapping down and up. Tap down, lift up. Very good. Tapping down, lifting up. And again, tap down, lift up. Now, as we did with the one leg stretch, we can go a little bit faster here if you want to. So we're breathing in and out. So breathing in for 2 and out for 2. So a little bit quicker movement through those legs if you can. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Breathing in, keeping that tummy nice and flat. Good. Breathing in and out. Lovely. Keep on going here if you can. A few more. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. Don't hold your breath. Well done. Last few. Good. Breathing in and out. One more breath in and out. And then lowering one at a time those legs back down onto the mat. Very good. Okay, so we're going to go into our crisscross movement here, just to really bring in our abdominals and our obliques a little bit. So I'm going to put my hand behind my head here, just to support my head. Now with my feet staying down, this can be our starting level. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to lift up, look that eye line to that opposite knee, and then lowering back down. Good. Then again, lifting up, looking to that opposite knee, and then lowering down. So we're alternating sides, lifting and lowering. Good. Lifting and lowering. Now if that's comfortable, we can raise both legs up into double tabletop. Same again, looking to that opposite knee, lowering back down. Looking and down. If that feels too much of those legs raised, we can just keep those feet down. Good. Lifting and lowering. Well done. And lowering down. Good. Lifting and lowering. Now, if you can, on the next one, we can bring in those scissor legs back again. So we're going to lift up to this knee, and I'm going to tap the foot off the opposite leg down and lower. So we're lifting, tap, and back. Good. And lowering. Good. Lifting and lowering. Well done. And down. Good. Lifting and lowering. So breathe out as you lift up, breathe in as you fold back. Very good. So a few more here. And down. Well done. Good. Let's do one more each side. Lifting and lowering. Very good. Lower that head down and then lower one at a time those feet back to that start. Let's have a quick hug. Just bring those knees in, have a little stretch out. Well done. Really good. Okay, so just take a nice deep breath in and out. And on that out breath, just sink down into that stretch. Really good. Okay, so just lowering those legs down one at a time. We're just going to cool down a bit more with our hip twist movement. So feet and knees that hip width distance apart. I want you to think of those hip bones as those headlights pointing up towards the ceiling. So when we let our knee fall out to the side, we don't feel that rolling or rotation through that pelvis. We're keeping those hip bones pointing forward as we open out through those legs. So today we're going to add in our opposite arm opening as well. So I want you to float your hands up towards the ceiling. As we let my left knee fall out to the side, my right arm's going to come opening out. And then we're going to fold them back together. So opening that opposite arm and leg and then fold back together. So breathe out as you open out, breathing in as you fold back. Breathe out as you open out, breathe in as you fold back. Good, so we're alternating sides here, opening out, keeping that pelvis nice and level, those hip bones, those headlights pointing up to the ceiling. If that's comfortable here, then we can come up into a single tabletop, opening out, fold back, good, alternating sides. Or if that's comfortable here, then bring both legs up into double tabletop and then opening out. So we've got a couple of options. You can just pick what feels comfortable for you. Either those feet down, single leg, or both legs lifted. Good, so we're breathing out as we open out, breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out as you open out, breathe in to fold back. So a little bit of coordination here with those arms and legs as you're opening that opposite arm, but it often helps getting into a little bit of a rhythm with it as you open that arm out and then folding back. Good. Breathing out, breathe in to fold back. Breathe out to open out, breathe in to fold back. Good. And again, opening out and folding back. Do a few more here, nice and control. Good. Opening out and folding back. Opening out and fold back. And back. Opening out and folding back. Lovely. Opening out and folding back. Very good. Lovely. Let's do one more each side. Opening out, folding back. Lovely. And then we're just going to lower those legs one at a time back to that mat and then float those arms down to join. Very good. Okay, so let's have a little stretch out a bit more here. So arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop our knees over to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side if you can. Then just use those toe muscles to help bring those knees back up and over to that opposite side. Opening out, rotating around. Then slowly going back up and over. And again, drop those knees over, turning that head. Good. And then lifting back up and over to that opposite side. So just rotating side to side from here. Drop those knees over, turning that head, rotating slowly. Good. And then coming back up. So just a nice gentle movement, dropping those knees over. Just feels good to do that stretch through that back. Dropping over, turning that head, lifting up, and then over to that opposite side. So just do a few more here, dropping those knees over. Just rotating gently, turning that head, coming back up and over to that opposite side. Well done. Dropping your knees over, turning that head, and then coming back up and over. Well done. Bring those knees back up. Bring those arms back down by your side. Good. Okay, so we're going to stretch out through our bottom muscles now. So we're going to put one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, just stay here at this point. If you can, we can use our hands to bring that leg up in towards you, just to feel a stretch into that bottom here. And we're going to hold this stretch. So just taking a nice deep breath in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, relaxing down. Well done. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, just sinking down. So no tension in that upper body, just relaxing down each time on that out breath into that stretch. And again, breath in. And out, relaxing down. Really good. So just lowering that leg back down. We'll do the same on the other side. So opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to bring the other leg up and towards you just as far as you feel comfortable. And then we're going to hold this stretch. So we'll just take a nice deep breath in and out here. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch. Just that little bit further if you can. And we're going to hold this stretch. So just nice breath in and out again. No tension through those shoulders. Just relaxing down into that stretch on that out breath. Well done. Breathing in and out. Good. One more time. Breath in and out. Good. And then relax the leg down. So we're going to stretch out through our hamstrings now. Knee up to the ceiling. Lengthen through the back of the leg. So just feel that stretch through the back of the leg there. Use your hand just to support that leg if you want to. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling. We're just going to hold this stretch here. So just breathing in and out as we did before, just lengthening through into that stretch where we're holding that there. Good. Well done. And then if you can, we're going to point and flex through the ankle, just changing that stretch slightly, just pointing and flexing. Good. Well done. And then pointing those toes up to the ceiling again, holding that stretch again. Well done. Then we're just lowering that leg back down. Last time on the other side, knee up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the back there. Holding this stretch, just breathing in and out. lengthening through. Good. And then if you can, we're going to point and flex through the ankle here. Pointing and flexing. Well done. Moving gently through. Good. Pointing and flexing. And then just holding that stretch again. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Lengthening through the back of the leg. Well done. And one more time. Breath in. And out. And then lowering that leg back down. Fantastic. Okay, so let's come back up into sitting, just in your own time. So just sitting comfortably on your mat, legs crossed, legs out in front. I'm just going to have that weight going nice and evenly through those sitting bones. So your shoulders nice and relaxed. Just do a few shoulder rolls here if you want to, just to really sink those shoulders down. That neck nice and long as well. So let's bring those elbows into our sides. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, we're going to reach those hands forward, then we're going to open them nice and wide, bring them back to that front, and then bring those elbows back in. Good, and again, we're going to reach those hands forward, opening wide, back to the front, and then coming back in from here. Good, and again, reaching forwards, opening out, back to the front, and then slowly coming down. Good, let's add in a little chest opening as well here. So we're going to open out, come back in, reach forwards, open wide, good, back and down, good. So we're going to open out here, fold back, reach forwards, open out, fold back and down, good. Last few, just open, squeeze the shoulder blades back, reach forwards, open wide, forwards and down. And again, squeeze the shoulder blades, come back, reach forwards, open wide, good. Lovely, last one, open out. Fold back, reach forwards, open wide, back and then back down. Well done, very good. Okay, so let's just bring our hands onto our forehead here. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to reach those hands forward and then fold back. And again, breathing out, reach those hands forward and back. It's a bit of a salute movement here. So we're going to reach forwards, bring those hands back onto that forehead. And again, reaching forwards and back. One more time. Reach forwards and then back. Lovely. And bring those arms wide, coming back down. Relax those shoulders. And let's just stretch out through our sides from here. So we're going to drop one hand down onto the side, reaching up and over. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, coming back up and over. So reaching the opposite side into that mermaid. Reaching over, breath in. As you breathe out, back up and over. And again, each side, drop down. Reach over, breath in. As you breathe out, back up and over. Opposite side, reach over, lengthening through that side, and then back up and over to that centre. Roll those shoulders, just relaxing down from there. Fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed the class today. Well done, and hopefully see you again next time.